Fingers crossed.
Oh no, the entire world just ended. It just ended when I pressed that button. That was it.
Thank God.
Sorry, wrong button, guys.
Maybe better that way.
Thanks.
Honestly.
Why? Honestly, it's on us for giving you that button. That was too much
We're
responsibility. Oh, okay.
The one-eyed bartender sidles up to your party.
I throw a drink
Sizing
in his
you
face.
up.
Oh, people are.
He
in the
draws
wrong
his sword.
I was gonna give him
I
another
draw my
eye.
Well,
Like the letter, like a tattoo. what
Who knows?
was the plan here?
It depends on what character I'm playing, I guess.
Yay, we are live.
yay,
I even just
it worked.
reordered everybody, so even if it doesn't look immediately like we're in the right order, we are now in the right order.
Gotcha.
All right.
You know what? It's still wrong on my screen.
It'll
and
take a
I
second.
would not have noticed.
That's fine.
I didn't, and I wasn't going to.
Look, live
That's
stream
all we have
such
time for,
like
everyone. Good night.
Yep.
the important thing to know. We want you to all know we tried something new today, and it was a mistake.
This is
the
true.
the lesson is be
Don't-
content with your life. Never change everything. Never learn or grow or evolve or or try and strive for anything. Just be content with your life in the mode.
Until next
yeah.
week or whatever we play next.
This has been more motivational messages from Tony Sindelar, the worst life coach you can buy.
That is a bad poster with a kitten on it to hang in the background.
Dan Morin, you were in the vicinity of my office on Monday,
That's true.
and you sent me a message that said, "Do you want to go and get ice cream?" And what I said was, "No, I'm going to an important meeting," and it was the worst meting ever. So what I'm saying is, learn from my mistakes.
Yeah, you should have come and had ice cream with us. That would have been
That
fun.
I mean, I should have just gone.
should
I
have just
should
gone.
have. That was a mistake.
It's fine.
You know
Yeah,
what?
it's no. We live in a
Dungeons
great
and
new world.
Dragons is kind of like ice cream, so let's
It
have that
is.
instead.
I was really, really worried you were going to say it was like a meeting. All right. I am not watching the YouTube stream, so somebody else will let me know if anything important happens there. I am focused here in Ravenloft. We're going to start the adventure now because we are super late, and some of us have been on the Zoom call for like 40 minutes. Welcome back to Total Party Kill. It's me, Tony Sindelar, a dungeon master. He, him. Tonight, we're in Castle Ravenloft. That's right. It's Dog and Pony Night here on Total Party Kill. It's me and all of some of my favorite players, and let's introduce them. This is how podcasts start now. First up, Dan Morin, welcome back to the podcast.
Oh, hi. I'm not usually first, Tony. I have to think and prepare. And
Also, I noticed you have not changed your name in Zoom. It's great.
Nobody can see that as long as I don't mouse over the window, so it's fine. Hi, Tony. I'm delighted to be here, and I'm delighted to be playing Cast in Onatar's Crucible, a Warforged cleric of the god Onatar. Crucible uses they, them pronouns. I use he, him pronouns, and we're all just so happy to be in this stupid castle.
Thanks, Dan. Next up, Micah Sargent. Micah, welcome.
Hey, hi, hello. I am Micah Sargent. You already said that. He, him. I play Elevor Landman, the half-elf druid, as well as the saber-toothed tiger. Wow, how am I forgetting? Samus and Danu, who occasionally pops up, who is a sort of spectral octopus. Danu and Samus are use she, her pronouns. Elevor and I are he, him.
Next up, Erica Ensign. Erica.
Hello, I play Brildish, the Dwarven Paladin. Her pronouns and mine are she, her, and Brildish has a real sweet celestial pony named Pony Cindelarent, whose pronouns are he, him.
Also joining us, Aline Sims. Hi, Aline.
Hi, I play Imra Stoliana, the Wood Elf Ranger, and her amazing pupper who mostly stays out of trouble and out of damage range, Androdite, and all of our pronouns are she, her.
And last, but certainly not least, Jane Ritt. Hi, Jane.
Hi, Tony. I didn't see you there. I'm playing Lena Dulina, the human rogue. We both use she, her pronouns. Happy to be here.
All right. Previously on Total Party Kill, Dog and Pony, Curse of Strahd, Barovia stuff. You have been exploring Castle Ravenloft. You started in the basement, or specifically, I should say, not even the basement, the catacombs. I think that was below the basement. And then teleported to some of the upper levels, and then have kind of been making your way kind of down from there. You are currently exploring an area of Castle Ravenloft. I don't know if you would know this, it doesn't say it, but we're just going to call it the Court of the Count. There's been a weird throne room, a strange like secret guest bedroom, and various weird things happening. The last thing that happened where we ended our last session, I believe someone was trying to stealthily open a door and basically kind of fell into a strange room cluttered with scrolls and books and ledgers, with an old man sitting on a stool and a desk, who was a little bit startled by all of you coming in. I believe I've put up image art of the old man for you. He appears to be human. He's looking at, who was it that stumbled in? Was it Lena or was it Broldish?
Yeah.
Okay, Lena.
Yeah.
So he is staring at you with kind of wide eyes.
He's chained to the desk, right?
I did mention that he does seem to have a kind of a manacle on one leg. It looks like a decent length of chain, but he's shackled to the desk.
Who are you and what are you doing here?
Well, I Leaf Leipzig, Esquire. Why are you interrupting my work?
Wait, a lawyer?
This place truly is evil.
What is your work? What is the nature of it?
I am doing the paperwork for my lord and master.
Story checks out.
Lena looks at everyone and rolls her eyes.
Elevor walks into the
Broldish
room.
mouths paperwork. Like just huh?
Does paper work?
There is indeed paper all over this chamber. I will mention there's also a door on the other side of the chamber, but the room is, bookshelves up on the walls, full of scrolls and ledgers and tomes all stacked together. I think the illustration on the map is meant to represent the idea that there's just stacks of paper cluttered all around this room.
It looks like dead leaves.
Yeah, it looks kind of like dead leaves on the map.
What is
I think
paper
those are
if
supposed
not
to be
dead
paper.
leaves, Erica?
Makes you
Not
think.
the same thing at all, Dan.
Oh, I'm a writer. I think I know.
My job title is literally writer, and I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Ooh, writer off.
Writer
Go.
fight?
Yeah. So he's kind of perched on a kind of uncomfortable looking stool at a big, dark, heavy wooden desk. There's some chests around the room too. It looks like you've stumbled into basically a very cluttered back office.
Okay.
Who are you people? What is the meaning of this? I have very important work to do.
I think Elevor is going to say, "Hello, my good man, Esquire. You say? Just curious, if I may ask you one simple question."
I bet I know what it's gonna be.
Elevor is like the Columbo of this podcast. I just got one question for you.
I've never actually seen Columbo, but I've seen
Okay, I
500
was going to
people
say
do
I don't
Columbo
understand the
impressions.
reference, so
It's
what
an
does
old
it
people
mean?
thing.
It's an old.
Okay,
I think he's some kind of detective
No, he's
or
a
a lawyer or
detective
something.
who's like very unassuming, and he always is like,
Yeah.
one more question.
Okay,
Yeah,
Also,
that's a-
cigar and trench coat.
Okay,
Mhm.
yeah.
no
I
cigars
don't-
for
old people love him.
old people love him. Okay, it's Elevor.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, I did say that.
What was your one question?
I was waiting to get permission to ask the question
Very polite.
Aw.
by him. Like I said, I just have one question for you. Is that okay?
Please, I guess.
What's with the chain?
Oh,
I was right.
well, you see, it's really more ceremonial at this point. But early on, when I first came to work here, there were some disputes about labor practices. It's all water under the bridge now.
So you are okay with the chain?
Well, not that I would prefer it to be gone or not prefer it to be. I don't mind it. I've come accustomed to it.
If I may, I have some experience with forging and metalwork. Perhaps I could remove it for you.
I would prefer that you did not. That would really put me in a complicated relationship with my employer.
You were gonna say bind, weren't you?
Very well. So it's sort of a bit of theater.
The master is very particular about these sorts of things.
Have you ever thought of getting a different job? I'd say from the hallway.
It kind of sounded like Brill just was like eating a chicken wing while saying it.
Cannon.
We're like, where did you get a chicken wing?
I think Pony Cindelarn has a side saddle full of hot wings.
No, Pony Cindelarn would never wear a saddle or
Okay.
Oh, that's right.
saddlebags.
That's right.
Saddlebags. Fine.
Also,
fine.
if you've ever ordered,
a saddlebag.
yeah, if you've ever ordered
I
wings from
literally have the
Domino's,
saddlebags.
you know that saddlebag is the standard size in which they arrive.
Yeah, fine. New canon. Aragal has a knapsack full of wings when he left the Valaki village.
I don't want to think about how long they've been in there.
Stani
please.
village 9 days ago. That's why his hands are always like covered in red sticky stuff.
That's why he's a bad assassin.
Book
He's an
reading, it's just,
assassin.
like,
Yeah.
He's an
covered.
assassin.
Oh,
That's
no.
why his hands
The
are always covered in
He
red
did
sticky.
always wonder why when he licked his fingers, you guys would all wince.
Oh no, the hot wing assassin is struck again.
Yeah, spicy.
Dan, this is your next
so-
book series.
Yeah, Dan, if you're really looking to just throw away everything you built up until now, follow our advice. Leipzig, forgot what was the last question. He was asked in character.
Why do you have this
Oh,
job?
Yeah. Would you ever thought about getting a new job?
Well, I was summoned here when I was but a young man to help the master with some land purchases and accounting work and transactions, and I've stayed on to log his various treasures and taxes, and there's so much paperwork to do. You can see how these things add up. He gestures at the piles of work. It's actually quite fascinating.
And you have to do all this. You have to do this all on your own.
Well, no one else is trusted with it, of course.
I understand. It's one of those one source. So if you gotta, then you don't have to
Yes.
sort of treat.
It is in some ways the best job security one could ever ask for.
Well, this line of work is about to dry into ashes, if you get my meaning.
I think your metaphor is a little troubled, but I don't like it either way.
Listen, I'm not the one who's chained to a desk.
Well, I've seen adventurers traipsing through before, and not all of them has been welcomed as kindly as you have. I heard the sounds of the organ. You people don't realize how good you have it.
Which
I've
is
never been
to
fond
say
of
better
organ
than
music.
yours, correct? Better than you have it.
I have my health.
Does he look well?
He just looks old.
Okay.
So you said it's a chain that's
Yeah.
he's attached to? Okay.
Yeah, he's got one leg, I think, around the ankle. There's I want to call it a manacle. I don't know. There's a anklet, and then there's a chain that goes from it. It looks like he's got a good, he's got 10 or 20 feet of chain length there. It's all kind of pooled underneath his legs there. It looks like, that'll allow him to move around this room, at least, which might be necessary for him to do his job.
Lena
Do any of
takes
those-
a piece of paper and puts it into a different stack.
Ooh. Do any of those pieces of paper look like they might have a
Do you
password
attempt
on
to
them?
do that in a way that is? Does you attempt to do that in a way that is furtive or a way that is adversarial?
This guy really rubs Lena the wrong way. She's
Ah,
mad.
because he has a job. All the important stuff is up here, he says. It taps his head that is not as covered in hair as perhaps it once was. He does kind of give me a quick perception check.
Sure. Perception's a thing I do. 17.
21.
Okay, not as good.
Oh.
Broldish, you notice that his eyes do kind of dart around a little bit, and you kind of follow his path of movement in the far corner of the room. So kind of maybe 10 feet behind him, you notice, and he has kind of been looking over to it every now and then, perhaps when you make him nervous, you collectively, there is a pull cord, like a rope with a little tassel on it, like just kind of hanging from the ceiling. It looks like it goes up into the ceiling, but that might do something.
Oh, like
Activate
one of those
something, ring a
those
bell.
butler bells.
Yeah.
emergency,
It looks-
emergency.
It looks more like maybe this is attached to a gong than this is attached to a thing that flips the floor on this room into a pit trap or something.
Right.
Uh,
I think Elevor is not interested
I'll
in pulling that. Just to say. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I was just thinking, like, I mean, I'm not quick enough to actually get in between him and it. So I will, Brildish is going to sort of step to the doorway and sort of elbow Lena a little bit, and then not actually do this thing, but like look at Lena and then just like look up at the cord the way that he's been looking, just to make sure that Lena knows, because Lena, I think, is quick enough to get over there and stop him if he leans for it.
Leaf kind of holds up, he actively stops whatever paperwork he was doing and says, I don't want any trouble. I've lived here peacefully for decades without incident.
How can you say it is without incident while your boss feeds upon our people?
Did I mention I'm a lawyer?
Who's the real monster here?
We all feed upon something and someone.
Yes, most of us just eat food or ball bearings.
Ball bearings.
If you will do nothing to help us rid the lands of this curse, perhaps there is one way that you can be of assistance. We require the password to the vault.
Vault. He's given me a partial inventory of it. I have insisted that I need to know all for my paperwork to be complete, but I do not have the password. He has not seen fit to trust me with that yet. In another decade, he says.
Who did he trust it with?
No one.
Or trust with it?
If you can't trust Leaf, I'm his attorney. Who can you trust? Where would I go? He kind of jangles his leg that is, chained to the desk. Seems like you've kind of hit upon a sore subject.
Good. I metaphorically poke it. That's and you still want to stick around, huh?
Well, perhaps I wish you the best. Perhaps not, in case anyone else is listening.
What do you get out of this? Like you're in a room chained to a
satisfaction of a job well done.
And I don't know.
It's
I want to
dry. It's not that cold.
Just doesn't seem very fulfilling to me.
Well, have you traveled much in Barovia?
Yes.
Yeah, we've helped a lot of people, actually.
Help. Never thought of that.
Obviously.
Would have thought that a lawyer would know a lot of words.
Look, maybe you people aren't all bad. I have perhaps one thing I could mention to you.
Oh?
I'm not supposed to know about this, but I know that one of the master's treasures is hidden in the wine cellar. Horrible accounting practice. Not safe, but he thinks no one will find it, but I know about it.
What is it?
It's a holy symbol. He doesn't want the people to have it. I think he took it from Barovia, Little Barovia, I think.
That's rude.
One of those symbolic things, but perhaps I could tell you where you might find it and you'll leave me alone.
Perhaps you could.
Perhaps we will.
He takes out a piece of paper and he draws kind of a crude sketch of a room. He starts putting a bunch of circles on it. These are the barrels and casks. And he basically indicates with a bunch of circles and then, puts a big X on one exactly what barrel. This is where you'll find the holy symbol of Ravenkind. Maybe you'll consider your work here done when you find that and go somewhere else where you'll live longer. This is something I hope for your sake. No offense.
Downstairs somewhere?
Yes.
Where
yes.
from here?
You are on the second floor of Ravenloft. The first floor is below. I heard the organ music coming from there. The level below.
What is the most direct?
The master
route?
calls it the stairs behind me will take you there to the larders of ill omen. It's not my name. That's the master's name for it.
Theatrical.
Terrible name.
That is one of his things.
Where can I find that side of beef? It will be in the larders. The larders of ill omen. Don't eat the beef.
So when you say the staircase behind you, do you mean the big one with the weird, creepy, glowing heart thing, or
he points to the door, door on the opposite side of the room that you have not explored yet.
Of course, there's another staircase. Of course, there is.
I will tell you, Castle Ravenloft has a lot of stairs. I mean, I think this is maybe a thing where I don't know. I'm speculating about castle functionality. That basically there's the whole idea that there's stairs for different people and different purposes.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I think, for example, there's like stairs that lead along the battlements that would be for like guards and patrols. And then there's like, you got your servant stairs and then you got your show stairs. And it seems like, but yeah, it does seem like every level of Ravenloft is connected by at least 3 to 7 sets of stairs. And let me tell you, as somebody flipping between maps of different levels of Ravenloft, it is frustrating.
Confusing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I address something? So I rolled a 21 on a sleight of hand check.
Mm-hmm.
What Elevor does, so you said there's like papers and stuff all over the ground?
A zillion.
Yeah. So
yeah, like there's basically, this is one of those hoarder style rooms where there is a path from the door to Leaf's desk, like a little loop around the desk and a path to the door on the other side, but there is not a lot of walking room in this 60-foot square room. So yeah, there's papers everywhere. You would have to work hard to not be adjacent to paper.
Brildish is currently fighting not to jump into it like a leaf pile.
That's funny.
What is paper but dead leaves? Micah, you
oh no, Dan was
rolled
right.
something.
Yeah, so
Dan's always right eventually.
While they were all talking and getting the map and everything, Elevor first, the sleight of hand check was to secretly, so of course as a druid, and Elevor likes to collect little samples of things, one of the things he would have is like a file to take some minerals and be able to get like dust from them. So he actually passes Leaf the file that he has so that if Leaf in the future wants to get out of the chains, he can. But I rolled a 21 on a sleight of hand check because I did not want Lena to see that I gave Leaf the file.
And for that, you gained inspiration.
Oh, yay! And then again, while he's kind of distracted then talking to them, and while hopefully Elevor made some good vibes with him, I would like to roll, I guess, is it perception to just look to see if maybe there's something among these papers that could be helpful to us otherwise. Like we can go to the tax collector and say, look, he hasn't paid his taxes.
We're gonna get him like Capone. That's what we're gonna
Debtor's
do.
prison. Like
which would this be?
I would say investigation.
Okay, investigation. Oh, I'm gonna just, hey, you got inspiration and you use it.
Well, I could help with the
would you?
Yeah, I'll help.
Be careful there. I don't know what you're doing. Everything, I have a system.
Ah, man, the highest,
slowly becoming Vincent D'Onofrio, and I don't like that.
The highest I got was a 10.
There's just an overwhelming number of papers, and a lot of them are kind of yellowed with age and have just this very fine, horrible handwriting on them that you're having a trouble even figuring out what the heck is going on here, let alone is this useful or relevant. But your initial impression is it would take you a year to find anything of value here.
Drat. So I take all the papers. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes.
All right. Does anyone want to try for a hire, or do we want to just try to figure out what's next? I don't know.
I don't feel like that would be a thing Broldish would do.
Right, that's fair.
I'll investigate.
All right.
That's only a 10.
Yeah, you similar.
Steaming. You
similar.
see like the steam coming out of her ears.
I did not feel like this was the group that was going to go into like a montage paper chase. Like
I just feel weird about this room with all these papers, and there's nothing that can help us.
Well,
also he's bragging about how great he is, and look at it in here. It's awful.
Yeah, I mean,
he's not used to having visitors.
Clearly.
All right.
Does anyone else want? I mean, I will say it. So it sounds like Imra, Lena, and Elevor each spent a significant amount of time poking around. Crucible or Broldish, do you want to do anything while those nerds are sifting through paper?
Yeah, I was really checking to see if I had a good divination spell, but actually,
you're also welcome to just roll investigation. So otherwise, you're watching them.
Can I roll investigation or perception? Does it matter?
Investigation, please.
Investigation is a 0, but I will do a thing that I don't do enough of, which is
just remember sometimes you can just roll high, even if you're not trained in it.
I will make a guidance. I will give myself guidance. I should give everybody guidance, but I always forget that I have it.
Broldish, you knock over a pile of papers and kind of like slide around in it accidentally, and Leaf kind of comes out from behind the desk and is like, oh, he's all like, he's trying to bend over and get everything, and he's all rickety. And
I try to pick him up. I try to pick him up and pile him back up, but I make
no, you're just making it.
I rolled a 13 on investigation.
While you're looking around, you notice on one of the bookshelves near your head, Crucible, there's a book that looks not quite right.
I will take the book.
I'm distracting him by rolling in the paper while Crucible.
Elevor's like stacking things up, trying to kind of help clean, and you're rolling in the other papers that are there.
It's a big book with a black leather cover, Crucible, but there's like a blood stain on one corner.
Okay, I will. Should I secretly do it, or do I? Should I just flip it open?
You flip it open.
Yeah.
Inside the book, someone has carved out all the pages to form
a flesh bag,
to form a hidden compartment, and there's a heavy iron key inside.
A key?
A key.
Oh, all right. I
almost cursed. I was going to say, I stinking knew it.
I will take the key. I will close the book. I will return the book to the shelf.
All right.
I will line it up.
Do you want to do that in a way that such that Leaf Leipzig, attorney at law, doesn't notice?
I don't think Crucible cares.
All right.
But at the same
time, I think he's probably pretty distracted by Broldish. So
yeah,
I'm just going to assume he doesn't
Crucible
notice.
did it as though they were just browsing any book that they might take down from the shelf. Like, I wonder what this book is about. This book is about a key. Yeah, all right. Good, done. Put it back. That was my first thought. I'm not going to lie.
Clank. Yeah.
So do you think the other members of the party saw it, or were you just kind of... I mean, Crucible's probably just kind of like off in Crucible's own little world.
Yeah, Crucible has no guile to them. They are not...
Are there lots of? Does Crucible
way.
Make facial expressions?
Not really. I mean, not any more than like. You ever see the Iron Giant? Like basically that amount of facial expression. Not much.
Oh yeah, that famous Vin Diesel movie. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Did you know it's also a Christmas movie?
I haven't seen it in a long time.
I didn't.
Anyways, yeah. Crucible just takes the key, puts it in a pocket in their robe, and then moves on.
I will just tell you, Crucible, you've been around. Your level, whatever level you are.
Yeah, I'm whatever level. That's right.
Yeah, whatever level. I'm a dungeon master. I imagine that keys have different weights to them and different, like that you can look at a key and get a sense
Crucible
for what kind of thing it is.
Right? I mean,
priest
of
and archaeology, like
and archaeology.
Keys.
And when I'm going to say up a key, you know.
All right, someone's going to write in and tell me if I'm wrong about keys. I'm ready for it. I think that Crucible could conclude that this is a key that unlocks a chest as opposed it looks like a key for a container as opposed to a key for a door.
Maybe a
Do
little
other people
smaller.
think that those kinds of keys would be different?
Are those
I mean,
barrels?
have
Are
you
those
seen a-
barrels in the room? Chests?
There are some chests in the room.
Have you ever seen a key for like a file cabinet? It's a lot smaller
Yeah,
than a key for
smaller.
like a house, right?
House,
I
yeah.
mean, we can always ask the guy.
Bigger
what
the key,
he's
bigger the
for.
building.
He is
Yeah.
chained to the desk.
It does not, for example, seem like it is the key to a manacle. I feel like that would have it would be
Right.
it would be a real industrially kind of like,
And
you know.
little.
Do any of the chests in this room have keyholes on them?
Sure. That is traditional for a chest to have a keyhole on it. I would say that 4 of them do, because 4 of them are chests.
Is Crucible just gonna walk over and start trying them?
Yes. 100%.
Specifically, I'll even tell you, Crucible, they look like they have iron locks on them.
Okay.
Can
great.
I
This was
can I
iron
ready
key,
an
right?
action? Or no, I
Please
guess that wouldn't
do.
be possible. Well, I don't know if that's possible because I think that the second Elevor sees that he would want to get rid of the old man's ability to
Yeah.
pull that rope.
Yeah.
So he would like create bonfire the rope if he could.
No,
you
this,
have
this
a
room
different
this room is highly flammable.
That's what he would do. I'm just
all
telling
of you die from smoking the leaves.
Maybe Lena has another idea.
Like just getting in between him.
Simply stop him from doing it.
Yes. So, just chop the rope would be.
I was saying my idea was Elevor could just do that thing where you know like with like a small child, you just put your hand on their head.
Yeah.
They can't reach you. Yeah, you could probably just do that.
Yeah, there are 4 chests kind of on the wall behind Leaf.
are 4
Thank you,
Referencing
Micah.
knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah. When Lena realizes what's going on, she's just gonna kind of walk up to the guy.
All right.
I mean, so on the one hand, I as a player think, well, maybe I should try to suss out which is the correct chest. On the other hand, Crucible would just start with the first one and work their way over because it's just logical,
It
right?
might fit all of them.
Yeah.
Like at work, I use the same key, like the filing cabinet
Should you
and
tell
the
us
thing
this?
with I keep my clothes. I mean, if you want to come and
yeah.
try to steal my key from my key ring, you're welcome
And
to
my
to give it a
password
shot.
is password.
555
Crucible, you-
555.
You approach the first chest. Leaf seems not to have noticed this yet, but you put the key in the lock with your hands,
Yep.
leaning over with your face
teeth.
approximately 3 feet from the chest.
Oh, I'd say 2.5, Tony.
2.5. And the key goes into the lock. Would you like to turn the key?
Turn
Yep.
the key.
The key turns. There is, I guess, the sound. I don't know if there's not a lot of moving parts to unlock on a chest, but it sounds like an unlock the
I
chest.
think it's all moving parts, Tony.
That's how tumblers work.
That's how
How
keys
many-
work.
but I would imagine, is there even really a tumbler? There's might be a single tumbler, right? This is, yeah.
It's got to turn
Aw, it's
something.
not married.
Otherwise, it's it's not a key.
Okay. We all agree that you've unlocked the chest.
Yeah,
So we need to
it's all
hear-
there.
All right.
All there.
That's all we wanted.
The chest makes a kind of clicking noise, and if you open the lid, it's going to make a creaking noise.
All right. Got me some Foley on that? That sounded like a cat or a siren. I'm not sure. Which.
Not sound like a cat.
Oh yeah, that's. Hold on, let me tell you my cat ambulance sound.
Meow.
But you gotta do a little bit more Doppler on it.
Oh my god.
That was-
All right.
A terrible cat hops out of this.
A broken
Driving
cat.
an ambulance. Yes.
Why won't you people let me live out my cat ambulance dreams? All right. We warned you that there was a special energy tonight.
There's the
listeners.
show title, Cat Ambulance Streams.
This is the darker Totoro timeline.
I mean, there's not a brighter Totoro timeline, is there? Take me there. So you open the chest?
Yes,
Crucible?
Tony, I
why am
opened the
doing-
chest.
Yes, there was a cat ambulance, for God's sake.
Are you trying
Inside-
to prevent me from getting killed, or are you trying to prevent us from getting anything good? Those are the
More
only
There's
options.
not even anything in
coins.
there.
Why can't it be both? Inside the chest is full of copper coins. You suspect that there's about 10,000 copper pieces inside
Holy
that.
God.
They all have Strahd's
Yes.
face on it, I assume.
They do. Leaf
Money?
looks over and says, "Oh, I'd forgotten where I'd put that key. It's been several years since I've had a chance to open that. Thank you."
What are in the other ones?
These are words.
Yeah, no need to thank
It's like
me.
his mouth has never made words in that shape before.
Oh, that's funny.
Thank you.
I'm gonna quickly sort, like sift through, like run my hand through and see if there's anything in there that's not copper pieces.
It is just copper pieces.
All right.
Remind me, math is hard.
Sure.
How much is a chest full of copper pieces worth in real money? 10,000 copper pieces is equal to 1,000 silver pieces or 100 gold pieces. Is that correct?
But super not worth carrying.
Yeah. So this is a suitcase full of pennies.
Yes.
Ugh.
Once we have taken care of Strahd, we can go to the village and be like, all right, kids, there's a whole bunch of pennies for you.
This is why they always have to fashion new copper pieces, because you folks keep holding on to them instead of putting them back in circulation.
Well, sorry, I forgot the key was somewhere.
And it's actually more expensive to make these copper pieces than the copper pieces are worth.
It's okay, we use slave labor.
That's why some countries have gotten rid of the pennies. Or the
all right, Canada.
I know.
Crucible, would you like to open the other three chests?
I'm just going down the row. I'm hoping they just get, I assume,
better and better.
The next one also contains 10,000 copper pieces.
This is garbage.
The third one surprisingly contains, it's not nearly as full, but it is gold pieces, about 1,000 gold pieces.
Wow, that's a lot.
And the fourth one, 500 PP is platinum or palladium? Or no, it's
platinum. You're good.
Platinum. Okay, not electrum. And platinum is...
Wait, is platinum's more than gold, right?
Oh, yeah.
Platinum is more than gold.
But it's still Strahd bucks, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all Strahd bucks.
So it is the equivalent of 5,000 gold in Strahd bucks. But I'm just going to assume that you're searching each of them because you searched the first one, and I'm that kind of dungeon master. Inside the other one, the last one, underneath the platinum pieces, there is
big money.
A book.
Ooh.
Does it have a key in it?
Knowledge.
Does it say passwords on the front?
Knowledge is the most valuable acquisition, Elevor.
Oh, Crucible.
And Crucible will pull it out and open the book.
The cover of the book has a title on it.
What if it's cursed?
Passwords.
Yeah. Maybe read the title. Well, don't judge a book by its cover.
This book is cursed.
Judge this flesh. Judge a fleshback.
I just think this is a funny book to be buried in a pile of money in a locked accountant's office. But this is what the adventure is written. Also,
and influence people.
It is the manual of bodily health.
Oh, that is a good thing.
What is that?
That is really good.
What is
this
that?
book? Yeah. This book contains health and diet tips. I feel like in the world of Dungeons and Dragons, everyone needs more food.
Skip that.
Food is scarce.
This is the one that gives you hit points.
But the words are charged with magic. If you spend 48 hours over a period of 6 days after this adventure is over, probably, unless you want to live here, practicing its guidelines, your constitution score increases by 2, as does your maximum for that score. The book
pretty amazing.
Then loses its magic. So it's
already been read by somebody?
No.
It's in a chest, I would hope not.
That's amazing. Good get.
I will be adding that to my inventory. So even if I don't use it now, I'll be using
Question.
it.
Could one, in theory, if they have the skills, like someone named Crucible, perhaps, melt down platinum and reforge it with the new stamp on it? Like, isn't that still platinum material?
Yeah, it's money.
You should take the platinum then for sure.
I have a metal spell.
As Lena, I think Lena and Broldus have both pointed out, like, you could come back later, right? I mean,
yeah, that's true.
You know, I think certainly, assuming you don't die, you are prepared to take with you to be rewarded financially, handsomely, and also probably generously support the people of Barovia if you're so inclined. Forget which group I'm running this for and whether you're evil or evil.
No, we're nice.
Definitely we would want. Yeah, mostly nice.
Sorry,
we would want to help.
Thinking of Dan's other character.
So an evil character.
Oh yeah,
that character is not the evilest in that group. That character is that is your defense. Amoral.
Yeah. He has a Kenku rogue who is
doesn't talk and steals things.
The most evil character in that group is played by Dan's wife, and her character. I was going to say there she is a monster. I want to be very clear. Her character is a monster. So
what is
and not. I mean, her character is a human. Her character is a
class?
human, but that human is a
Warlock.
monster.
Okay, warlock. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah. All right. So Crucible, there's I don't know ethical dilemma here. There may be a property rights dilemma here in that Strahd's accountant and lawyer is present here as you're sifting through this money, taking stuff, but he is an old man and is probably powerless to stop you.
Also, looking at the like where the old man is versus where the chests are, if Crucible started at the one that's to our left and ended at the one that's to our right, and that was the one with platinum in it, Crucible is big, so their back is basically covering all of their actions. So I mean, it's obvious he's sifting that they're sifting through the chest, but it wouldn't be obvious that they're taking a book out of the chest and then putting it in their armor or their knapsack or whatever.
I don't really want to talk about it unless you do.
Okay, good.
I mean, if this is needed for you to feel better about yourself that you're bullying an old man, let's do it.
I mean, Crucible,
if you'd like to cut to the next thing, we can do that.
Crucible is making not attempting to conceal their actions at all. But it is worth noting also.
Elevor, however, is holding up a giant cape to protect you.
Crucible also
pay no attention to my stealing robot behind the cape.
Crucible also assumes this book is not, given that Leaf here is chained to a table, that none of these possessions obviously belong to Leaf, but rather the possessions of Strahd. And as Strahd is evil, as Crucible considers all his possessions forfeit and no compunction.
Yeah, stealing from evil people is not a crime.
There's no way that Strahd gained this illicitly. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. And there are no non-evil lawyers present, so who are we supposed to ask?
I'm going to assume at some point one of you wanted to peek behind that door, so I'm just going to reveal that there is yet another spiral staircase. This one goes both up and down. I think you could, you were on the level up and saw a variety of staircases going down. You could probably hazard some kind of guess as to where you might pop out if you went up that staircase.
Isn't the man's only other option death? It's either be a chained lawyer or die.
I mean, we all die eventually, Micah.
But aren't those the only two options he has? Be an accountant or die.
Probably, yeah.
Except for when, we offered to get rid of the chain.
That's true.
Let him go.
I think he's very concerned that if you break the chain and then get killed by Strahd, he will be in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be, there'll be a meeting with HR.
Okay, I think I'm going to keep Leaf in my mind. Yes. I'm not completely writing him off yet, which is why I snuck him a file.
Yep.
Or Elevor did, I mean.
So just to help you out with thinking about where you might go next, you're obviously free
behind the doors
to talk to Leaf for as long as you want. Leaf did indicate that there is a set of stairs just off of his office that heads down to the first floor of Ravenloft, where you've spent a little bit of time, and he suggests that that is a way you can keep going down to the largest of Ilomin. But you have not completely mapped the second floor of Ravenloft. If you are desiring to do that, you don't have to do that.
Brildish wants to at least see what's behind these double doors.
Back over off of the secret passageway that you came through.
Before we leave, Lena doubles the chain in such a way that he can't make it to the pull cord anymore.
Okay. So you have, whereas Elevor has sought to free him, you are double imprisoning him.
I mean, Lena feels like he probably
I would have followed Brildish, so I didn't see that.
A bit of a brown noser.
He's a liability.
And,
he's a loose end.
That he probably will tattle on us as soon as we leave.
You could also slice off the cord, at ceiling level.
Oh, that's I would be worried that it's something where disturbing it does it.
Fair.
I mean, let's be clear, he's unharmed.
Yes.
Just a little bit bullied, so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
How would you describe yourself in high school?
Definitely unarmed.
All right. It looks like many of you have moved your tokens over back to the weird room with the weird little entryway with skeletons propped up in suits of armor here. There's a somewhat impressive set of double doors leading east that you have not explored yet. I'm guessing that Brildish wants to open those doors.
I've been listening at them as I was waiting for my
They're quiet.
Friends to catch up. Okay, so my 15.
They're quiet.
And I turn and look over my shoulder as Lena approaches and just sort of like step out of the way and kind of go, here you go. Because I'm not very quiet. And Lena's good at peeking. So, Lena?
Should I stealthily open this door?
I mean, Brildish is totally fine if you just bust him open and go, we're here. Brildish doesn't care. This is just giving you the option.
That's fair. Let's do a 30. 30 taken.
Whoa.
All right.
Holy moly.
You silently open the door. Do you want to step through or peek your little head through? What do you want?
She loves to peek.
All right. You peek your head into, I will say this is one of those things where like the map just looks like a rectangle. What you see, Lena, is an impressive Gothic hallway, 20-foot high vaulted ceiling, everything draped in cobwebs. As you kind of peer down this long hallway, you see another set of exquisitely carved double doors at the far end. There's like a weird sound, maybe it's just the air, but kind of like a low moan kind of echoes through the chamber.
It's more of a low yawn.
Sorry.
Always speaks whale.
Everyone's a critic, Tony. Don't worry.
Just can't win.
Silently, Lena creeps inside and tries to get the lay of the land in this terrible hallway.
Mm-hmm.
Brildish is watching closely, but not entering from the back.
Lena, you are moving through it is rather dusty, and the floor has not been kept here as clean as the other areas on this level, suggesting that people do not travel this way often.
And she perceives 15 about the overall. I think she's paying attention to like, are there paths that are frequently walked? Is there any weird architecture? Are there any like dragon mouths that look like they have little spouts
Secret
coming
doors.
out?
Yeah,
Secret doors.
You are poking around. You are looking. You don't see with the 15 anything super exciting. Just lots of fine, exquisite Gothic craftsmanship in all the kind of lattice work holding up the vaulted ceiling. Yeah.
All right. I think it's as safe as it's gonna be.
All right.
Is Lena going to lead the way, or is Lena scouted now? Brildish will lead the way.
I think she just kind of poked inside and is like, "Look at this terrible hallway."
Crucible will follow.
Coney and I will trump in and keep an eye on the wall specifically to the south to see if there are any secret doors.
Okay.
And that's a 13 on a perception check. So
yeah, you're not seeing anything. It's dirty in here.
No.
Crucible will take a look too because
Crucible
is curious, and Crucible has rolled a 20.
Crucible, you notice that Brildish just passed a secret compartment, or a secret, what looks like the mechanism for a secret door on the south side of there.
Crucible will, as Brildish keeps going, Crucible will just wander over to it and pop up in that secret door.
As you do that, Brildish, you hear, not from Crucible, but from further down the hallway, a scraping sound of stone against stone.
I know that
followed
sound.
by the squeaking of a bat. And then there's movement. You see a fanged visage. That's a fancy word for face. Outstretched claws and a flapping black cape of something sailing through the air in your direction. A deep, throaty chuckle fills the hall.
Okay.
Hello.
If something's coming at me, I'm gonna smack it. I draw
All
my
right.
axe.
Roll an attack. Something wearing a black cape with many claws and a fanged face is attacking you.
I mean, it chuckled, and I no, that's just nope.
Yeah.
That was not a great roll though. So 17.
17 hits. Roll damage.
Okay. And that is with my silvered battle axe. Again, probably doesn't matter, but that is 10 slashing damage. Non-magical.
Chop the thing in half, and like a wooden mannequin rattles to the floor in pieces, and some ropes kind of clatter from the ceiling that were causing this thing to kind of be dragged across the air in your direction. Someone seems to have basically strung up a wood mannequin with a cape and painted a scary face on it and set it to fly across this room on a rope when somebody crossed about the halfway point.
What made the chuckling sound?
Unclear.
A small gnome
Possibly magic.
Designed
I
this.
look up.
I mean,
is there a hole in the ceiling, or was it just?
There was a compartment at the ceiling at the far end that this thing popped out of and was dragged across a rope by.
I did not like that, you guys. Are there other compartments that I can see from here?
Just the one. Crucible, you are poking your head at the secret compartment. I will just assume that you look in there. This appears to be basically I believe on the level above, you found a secret passageway with a shaft. And this seems to be a continuation of it. It seems like there is basically like an open shaft. Maybe like some kind of crude elevator, or even a or a chimney or something, or a dumbwaiter or something that seems to run much of the length of Ravenloft. This area looks different, whereas on the floor above it was just a shaft. Here where you're looking, there's some mechanisms visible here. This area smells of grease. And it's basically like a large closet, 10 by 20 foot square room, but it is full of intricate machinery, stone gears, iron chains and pulleys, and then a rectangular shaft that both rises from goes up and down here. There's a lever. I believe you saw on the floor above a lever on the wall. There's a matching one here.
In my interest in all things forged and machinery, I am going to peer over the edge here and look down and see if I can see anything that is this connected to something? It
looks like several levels down, which I think would probably be 40 or 60 feet down. You look like you can see, I think we may be using some of our words versus your character's words, but something that looks like it might be an elevator car.
We have been on an elevator before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
or possibly
right.
it's
Tavio had one, right?
And I may, elevator nerds are going to write into me. I may be it may be the counterweight to the elevator.
Have you annoyed both elevator nerds and key nerds in one episode?
Wow.
Don't you dare write in.
Especially you elevator key nerds. We don't need to hear from you. Is the mechanism controllable for here? Is there like a...
Yes, it looks like this is kind of the machine room for the elevator.
Could I attempt to pull up this car, essentially?
I believe you can if you wanted.
I'm curious. It's my nature.
Okay. I will tell you, this is one of these things where I think I have art in the book, but I don't have art in the Roll20. But I think as you are playing with it, basically like, I guess the elevator car, I'm not sure what state the elevator started in. Let us say that the elevator car was up, so it comes down, which means the counterweight goes, a big stone counterweight goes past you. But yeah, there's basically, as you kind of play with the mechanism here, there is a tiny metal box hanging from chains. This makes a lot of noise as you start activating these things. But it does seem like there is basically an elevator here that you could theoretically use to access a variety of levels in Castle Ravenloft.
Suddenly,
there's also
like, where did Crucible go? Oh,
I'll just point out there's also already 100 flights of stairs that you aren't using.
Yeah, I know, but I'm lazy.
We have a pony and a cat. Well, cats are fine
Crucible
upstairs.
will pop back over here, just pop their head out and be like, I think I've discovered some form of conveyance like the one that we found in Rictavio's tower.
Oh, does it use the same command
It's like
word?
that. This one seems to be purely
in
mechanical,
origin.
whereas his was magical, right?
So perhaps that would expedite our travels. It may allow us to pass to other floors without having to take the stairs and thus risk being intercepted or stopped by other minions of Strahd.
I still want to see what's behind these doors before we.
There's no reason we must
anywhere.
use this now. It's just noting it for future convenience.
All right. I will listen at these doors.
Quiet.
Okay.
Well, roll a number. Roll a die and then tell me the number.
12.
Quiet.
Thanks.
Worth it. Pop
All
these
right.
doors.
All right. The space beyond is immense. Let's see here. There is, well, should I read it first or should I show it first? I'll read it first.
Okay.
A sculpted stone railing encloses this long balcony which overlooks what appears to be the chapel of Ravenloft. You see ahead of you the backs of two ornate thrones standing side by side in the center of the balcony, strung with cobwebs. The thrones face away from you, looking down on the chapel below. Allow me to reveal
Thrones, plural?
Thrones, plural.
I wonder if they're GPS thrones like the last ones that we came to. They were on a balcony too, or that one was.
GPS throne.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Oh, I see.
Interesting.
That's cool.
Was it that we wanted from the chapel?
Something important.
Something.
Hold on. Got my
Checks notes.
Yep.
Yes. Scroll. No, not a scroll. I'm literally scrolling.
Here's a scroll. Here's a scroll.
And do we have a more specific location within the chapel?
Scrolling.
So you are on a huge, you're on a long, skinny balcony that overlooks the immense chapel here. The chapel has huge stained glass windows, which I imagine there's just a little bit of light seeping in through, giving all kinds of streaks of colored lighting to the floor.
And you said
the
no
chapel,
sound?
The chapel, it's quiet. I guess you probably have to move over to the railing, but things don't look like anything's been here in quite a while. The thrones are covered. You see, like, they're draped with cobweb.
You will find what you
knowledge
seek.
of the ancient.
You will find what you seek in the castle amid the ruins of a place of supplication.
Yeah, history. It said the card was the priest / the master of glyphs. History, knowledge of the ancient will help you better understand your enemy. This is like our Strahd history book. Or something.
Do we know how far down the chapel is?
About 20 feet.
Oh, so we could use rope.
There's also a set of stairs to the north.
But we could use rope.
What?
I'm not
Still true.
It is much more fun to scale, though.
Lena, it looks like you are pushing forward to look over the railing. As you pass by the two thrones,
oh dear God!
You do notice there's each of the thrones, heavy wooden thrones looking down on the chapel. Each of them is occupied by what appears to be a desiccated corpse. Looking down, the chapel appears to be in ruins. Like all of the pews are all kind of scattered around. You know, it looks like it's completely been trashed. There might be a few bats fluttering around non-menacingly in the chapel from places where the stained glass windows might have some gaps in them.
Wait, you said no sound.
There's a well, there's
you
silent.
Didn't hear bats.
You didn't hear them from all the way over behind those doors. It's a big room.
Fair enough.
And you do see there is a let's see here. Sorry, I should actually read the thing. There's an altar. It looks like there might be some stuff on it. At the center of the chapel, down below you. Lena, you happened. I don't know if you actually want to be where your token is. You put your token next to a desiccated corpse.
Yeah, she does a full-on jump scare.
Okay.
Just like
The desiccated corpse does not react.
Woo.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
Lots of jump scares in like this little area here. First, we get like a weird mannequin flying in my face.
These do appear to be actual corpses and not
Okay.
Probably.
I was gonna
think
say-
Lena actually says, "Ooh, Hela be praised."
Yeah.
Love it.
Oh, that's
Crucible
so
will
cute.
join Lena at the balcony. They seem to regard the corpses more as sort of a curiosity than anything. Like, oh, interesting. I wonder how long they've been here. And then we'll cast a glance over the chapel and see if they can find any sign of the thing that we're looking for.
Oh. Looking down from up here, roll perception. It's quite a ways down, but
Rolling it.
you've got good eyes.
I got 13 eyes. 2 eyes, but they
That's
rolled
a lot of
13.
eyes.
eyes.
Are you a spider?
Mm.
You have to tell us in advance.
I don't want to give away too much.
It's as if the altar is kind of lit by like a strategically placed shaft of white light coming through one of the stained glass windows. You can see a silver statuette on the altar. A cloak figure is draped over the altar in a way where it's like, are they a figure? Are they a corpse? They sure look like a corpse. There's a black mace lying at the floor near the feet of the figure draped over the altar, as well as a heavy-looking book next to them, perhaps dropped by the creature that died there.
I'm liking the sound of all of this. I think we should go down and check it out.
I'm peeking around the corner to the stairway. Does it go down?
There is a non-spiral stairway. This is your traditional classic stairway, as we call it, switchback stairway that only goes down. Not one of these spiral staircases that goes up and down.
Tony, at
This
the bottom,
one
which way does it go?
only down. Sorry, what?
If we're at the bottom, though, what way does it go?
Up. Well, then it goes up.
What if we're in the landing in the middle?
Ooh.
Well, it goes
Luke.
in between.
Oh, that's mean.
Fascinating.
That's not
You
allowed.
couldn't let him have it. You couldn't
It's
let
not
him
allowed.
Doesn't
You would
only
have to
go
roll.
down.
You would have to roll a dexterity check to stay there.
Bi-directional staircase.
Yeah.
I
It
think-
only connects 2 levels of Castle Ravenloft instead of
Fair.
like 5. That's what we
Fair.
need here.
I think
Shall we go down
everyone
to that
sees-
altar? I want to go down to the
Everyone
altar.
sees Lena loading her crossbow
Yeah.
because now she's like really scared.
Heck yeah.
I do
and
have a question.
Just to be clear,
She
the crossbow
levels
was
it.
loaded before, but now she's unloaded it and reloaded it.
Yeah. And she's going to level it at the corpse that's over
Mhm.
the altar,
That's
and is
smart.
like meh,
Mhm.
and then shoots it.
Oh,
Wait, you do shoot it?
Yeah, the one
Oh,
that's
sweet.
out on the one that's down on the
This-
Nice.
Unless someone wants to
This one?
stop her.
No.
Oh no!
Like-
No.
Elevor's
That
busy tying rope onto the side of the balcony.
Crucible's already made for the staircase, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
I'm
right.
heading to the staircase. But first, Tony, I have a question about this part down here. Is this a wall or does this open to another room?
There's a wall,
Okay.
I think.
just making sure.
Yeah. Hold on. I can maybe reveal more of the map to make it clear. Does
I mean,
that
there's
make it
probably a
clear?
secret door. It's fine. But right now we're excited about this chapel. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Lena takes up a sniper's position on the balcony, fires a shot. Brolgish and Crucible headed toward the stairs. Elevor tying rope to stuff. Imra, what are you doing?
What is Imra doing? I think. So I have a better modifier to my longbow, but I have magical weapons for being up close.
I was able to kill that mannequin with no magic weapons. So I'm just saying.
Yeah, but it's either going to be a piece of cake. We're just going to grab that book and book it back up here, or it's going to be like a battle with some undead something.
I personally like the idea of having 2 ranged people at the
Yep.
top.
Also,
Yeah.
Elevor just tied a rope. If you need to get down, you don't have to take the stairs. You
That's
are
true.
nimble, and
There's an express rope.
Brildish would not be able to handle that, but
The express rope,
certainly-
yeah.
certainly you could.
All right. And how
Tactics.
big is the chapel? It's not super big. Okay, so I'll come stand over by Elevor
Okay.
and the rope, and I will get an arrow knocked and ready to go.
Sure.
In case
You
it's needed.
supervise Elevor's rope work. Lena, you fire a crossbow bolt down from the balcony. It's a decent ways away. You want to make a roll for that shot?
Yep.
Are these 5-foot squares?
I think so.
Okay,
That's
so
a
30 feet.
17.
All right, 17. Where are you aiming? You can hit that body wherever you want it to be on the altar. Head, torso. I don't know.
What could I see if it was wearing a helmet?
Yeah.
Was it wearing a helmet?
Yeah, it was.
Is there anywhere that looked to be exposed?
Yeah, like I bet you can hit somebody in the neck.
Yeah, in the neck.
Right. Your shot whistles across the otherwise relatively quiet chapel. Some bats kind of flap out of the way, and your bolt hits right in the neck of the creature that's kind of draped itself across the altar. There's just the sound of kind of clattering as a skeleton in an empty suit of armor kind of falls off the altar, having been struck true by your shot. As you're just kind of feeling great about yourself, the two desiccated corpses on the throne immediately behind you start to kind of gurgle and reach to their feet. And that is where we will pick up next time. Are these two corpses here to make friends, or are they here to murder Lena Delina? That is the only question we will answer next time. Tune in next time to Dog and Pony Show, Curse of Strahd. Thank you for listening. Listeners, the end.
Thank you, listeners.
I feel like Lena's very cautious for a rogue, but she's also very much a rogue, if that makes sense.
There's a single-mindedness.
We've
moved on. These corpses were not a threat.
Barovia.
So next threat.
She grew up in she's thinking corpses are alive.
Yeah, except the two that are alive.
I was trying to suggest that Broldish detect undead.
I think I only have one of those left for the
okay.
Here.
And I don't know if
you also literally could have poked it. It would have been like, "Is this alive?"
Who wants to touch that though?
Well, yeah, that's smart. Yeah. Well, you have, I would say at this point, pretty much mapped all of level 2 of Ravenloft and are very close, dangerously close, to finding one of the items that you've been searching for ever so long.
Well, let's go back and check out everything else on some other floor, people.
Let me just show you, in case it's helpful. This is the map of the level below. You might have to scroll around, but that is what you're looking down onto.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
You see that?
I mean, we were specifically hoping that we would find another way into the chapel because we didn't want to have to go past all those gargoyles.
100% have done that.
Like we planned it, people.
Yeah, congratulations.
We rule.
I have not been watching the YouTube stream. Hopefully people are okay and there's nothing I was supposed to reply to.
No, everything's good.
All right. Live stream, thank you for watching. We'll be back hopefully sometime soon.
Bye.